All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey everybody, it's Bigbo over here at Street Warrior Radio. Just coming to you hot, coming to you live and very hot. To let you know about Amazon Click-Through and the great work that they're doing over there at Amazon Click-Through to help be a partner to this podcast. If you would like to help this podcast and continue this podcast, because we're dying over here. We are in deep waters, people. We're not big enough to fail, but we're not small enough to win. It's real weird. Just go to our website at streetwarriorradio.com, find the Amazon click-through link, buy all your stuff that you're going to purchase from Amazon there, and in turn, Amazon gives us a little kickback, no cost to you. Jeff Bezos is an amazing man. He's a great person, and he is down with small businesses like this. So if you could go to Amazon and help a small business, we'd appreciate it. We'd also like to thank Top Notch Tactics for being a sponsor of the podcast and gifting us these mics and this recording equipment and this computer and lung cancer. No, not lung cancer. I'm just joking. But I do have lung cancer. I'm dying. Possibly. We'll find out June 5th. Just go to streetwarriorradio.com. Click the Amazon click-through. Help us. Bigbo out for the intro. Bong.
Supporting great causes is not only a great way to help others and the community, it's a great way to help yourself in the process. Today we feature Harbor of Hope. Now, Harbor of Hope believes that children should have the opportunity to heal and engage in meaningful activities within the community and their families. Harbor of Hope strives to make a safe environment for families and children and will take advantage of positive opportunities to support permanency goals and the overall well-being of the agency's clients. Now, Harbor of Hope provides child care services and treatment services to male and female children from birth to 17 and up to 22 if they meet specific eligibility criteria for their continued stay in the foster care program. It is the agency's goal that foster families create strong working relationships with all members of the treatment team. With that approach in mind, Harbor of Hope intends to create an environment for children that promotes healing and a healthy transition to permanency. Harbor of Hope has adopted the following vision statement to be a leader in providing quality services to support the permanency and stability of children and families. Through this, they have chosen to carry out this mission through providing the following services: 24/7 support for clients and families, case management, consultation, and referrals to service providers within the community. Go over to theharborofhope.org and check them out, and if you're so inclined, please donate. Also, Concerns of Police Survivors. Now, Concerns of Police Survivors, or otherwise known as COPS, was organized in 1984 with 110 individual members. Today, COPS membership is over 47,000 survivors. Those survivors include spouses, children, parents, siblings, significant others, and affected co-workers of officers killed in the line of duty, according to federal government criteria. COPS programs for survivors include the National Police Survivors Conference held each May during National Police Week, sponsorships, peer support at the national, state, and local levels, COPS Kids Counseling Reimbursement Program, and the COPS Kids Summer Camp. COPS Teens Outward Bound Experience for Young Adults, special retreats for spouses, parents, siblings, adult children, extended family, and co-workers, trial and parole support, and other assistance programs. COPS knows that a survivor's level of distress is directly affected by the agency's response to the tragedy. COPS therefore offers training and assistance to law enforcement agencies nationwide on how to respond to the tragic loss of a member of the law enforcement profession. COPS is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and their programs and services are funded by grants and donations. It's an extremely important cause to the survivors of fallen law enforcement officers. Please head over to nationalcops.org. Check them out, and if you're so inclined, please donate. And as always, you can find links to these organizations plus other great causes on our website at streetwarriorradio.com on the left-hand column of every page. That's streetwarriorradio.com.
Nope, that's Monica.
So how?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted. So okay. So I had also an old Facebook account, right? That like.
That's the Facebook account I used when I had Facebook.
Right, but I had an old one, and I'm 100% sure I deactivated that account.
Oh, I'm 100% sure too. The last time I went on Facebook was probably the beginning of this year to take a photo off.
Yeah, but mine still.
Deactivated.
Yeah, mine still shows up though.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Let's see. This is it right here. Last time I logged in was 2/4/18, and I deactivated it that day because I occasionally go there to steal pictures.
Well, it's still up.
Motherfucker, Jeff. What's his name? What's that fuckface's name?
That's Zuckerberg.
Mark fucking Zuckerberg. I'll fucking
The Zuck.
Motherfucker.
The Zuck.
I fucking hate that son of a bitch. These fucking bitch. Him and Jeff fucking Bezos.
I thought we were on good terms with Bezos now.
Fuck him.
Wow.
He hasn't sent us a fucking check in years.
In years? I don't think he ever sent us a check.
That's my point. That's exactly what I'm trying to get to. Listen, first of all, Mark Zuckerberg's a fucking cocksucker.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure he's a clone.
You think so? I think he's an android.
Yeah, for sure. He's a clone. He's a clone and android clone.
Perfected the AI, right?
Yes. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is what?
I don't know what the fuck was going on.
I don't either. This is Street Warrior Radio episode 019 with your hosts Bigbo.
What's up?
And me, JC. And Bigbo stepped up away from the microphone. So now it's all on me. All right, well. So what's going on, people?
I don't understand what we're working with in the studio.
We're working with freaking nothing.
Hello. Okay, I'm back. Chair's not on the ground.
We gotta hit up Top Notch Tactics for new chairs.
Straight up.
A proper table, and not this desk.
God, there's a lot of things we need.
We need everything.
Everything except mics. Those are nice. I like the mic.
I need them to send us one more mic. TNT, we need one more mic.
Oh, is that the stickers we got from
Yes, 1776 United, who sent us some awesome swag. Make sure you check them out.
Yep, shout out to those guys. We appreciate that.
Yep.
They actually sent us that stuff in.
Well, we put it on the gram.
Yeah, we put it on the gram. They sent us that stuff.
We gave them a shout out.
Did we?
Yeah, we didn't
only
just ignore them.
But not on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we only. No, we talked about it on the podcast.
Did we? Okay.
In one of those episodes.
A long time.
It's been long. We're 19 episodes. This is the 19th episode, so.
Yep. Which we're re-recording.
Yes.
We recorded this last week. We're gonna try to recreate magic here.
Yeah, we'll do whatever. I don't know. Yeah, so we recorded episode 19, and the episode was legitimately lit, right? It was
golden,
on fire, and then
hot.
Everything looked good. Everything said everything was fine, and then I go to do post production, and Big Bo's mic was like non-existent.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Straight up.
But it claims you're recording right now, so
it claims. I'm not doing this again.
No.
I'm not doing it.
No, this will be the last episode ever.
Yeah.
If this messes up. So
yep. Because we're gonna break all this shit.
Literally gonna take a baseball bat to it and an AR.
Yep.
So, what's up, man?
Not much, bro. I'm just chilling. Matter of fact, so people can see us and know that we're like legit human beings. Checking connection.
What are you doing right now?
We're going live.
We're going Facebook Live?
No, I don't do Facebook.
Or Instagram Live?
Instagram Live.
Seriously?
That's us. Seriously. We're Instagram Live.
Let me see.
Well, hold on. Let me see.
Put my bedroom on blast.
Well, I didn't put this flashlight thingy.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, there's us.
What's up, peeps?
They're telling our followers to come and hang out with us.
Cool.
Holy shit, I look good. Anywho. There's Bang Energy.
Yep, Bang Energy.
Yep.
Sponsor us, please. We love your stuff.
Black Cherry Vanilla.
Yep, it's the best one.
Someone's on there.
Peach Mango's pretty good, too.
We've actually got a couple people that have joined.
Oh, wow. 2.
There's 2.
All 2 of our fans that we have left.
Well,
Yeah.
We stopped dropping episodes. They stopped dropping like flies.
Right.
So,
we've missed 2 weeks so we've been doing this now for 21 weeks. 19 of those have episodes.
Yes.
So, what's up?
That's JC, by the way.
JC in the house.
Yep. We're legit people.
We're actual real people.
We're not clones.
No, we have faces.
Yes.
So, we got anybody on there?
Just those same 2 people. They said they've joined, but it says only one person's watching, so I don't know.
Wow. Who is it that's watching? Can we give him a shout out?
Massamio. I don't want to jack it up. Massamio _260 and Cradamus.
Shout out to those guys. Listen to episode 19.
Crad Adams live. You're getting a sneak peek. One of you.
Are you filming yourself now?
No, I'm just kind of filming the computer.
Oh.
I'll pan back and forth between.
But you're not putting yourself on there at all.
I just did. Did you not just hear me say I look awesome? Like I look
amazing?
amazing.
I didn't hear you say that.
An amazing looking young man, and I just got off work.
You did.
I did. I just worked.
Rocking that.
solid First Responder Nation says hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? So I'll say hello back.
You guys are cool. I love your Instagram page.
Yes, sir.
Some good pictures on there.
Yep.
First Responder Nation. If you don't know who they are, follow them on Instagram.
Yep. All right. So.
All right. So
let's get into the episode.
Yeah. What did we talk about last time?
We talked about pay.
Oh yeah, pay issues, HR issues, insurance issues.
Yep.
All that crap that first responders have to go through on a daily basis. So basically, we came to the conclusion. We'll expand on that.
Yes.
That we're all broke.
Yeah, we're all broke.
Unless you work for some like super budget city.
Yeah.
We're all just completely broke.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. That's
there's a reason why we work off duty. And for those of you who don't know what off duty is, it's like a security gig for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like we can go work at a church or a Walmart or something like that, and those companies pay us. It has nothing to do with our job.
Right. They pay police officers to come in some sort of uniform and provide security and basic police services for whatever location it is. Yep. So, and that could be like a wealthy community or, like you said, a Walmart or whatever.
Yep. Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna end this.
You're killing the live?
I'm killing it. But I'll share it.
We need to do like a whole episode live.
We should.
We got to figure out a way to like mount it to where they can see both of us.
Yep. Yeah, we should. We'll definitely do that next time. We're gonna do it probably
let's
not
do
the
it
next episode. Well, we're gonna have a guest.
Yeah.
So we won't do it for him. We'll do it for the episode after that.
And
that's how we'll just start recording our
episode 21. We'll just start doing it live.
Yeah, we'll just start doing our podcast live, and people can view that crap if they want to.
Cool.
Awesome.
I like it.
That's how you bypass the system.
Right.
Anywho, so that's what we came to the conclusion of, is that we're grossly underpaid.
Yeah.
Unless, like you said, you work for a municipality that is just super high budget. You know, like we got some places here in DFW that they'll start you out at $60,000 a year if you've got a college degree, and then there's some places where you can lateral transfer in if you have enough years of experience, and they're starting you at like $80,000.
Right.
Those are few or far between, though.
Yeah, and like here in Texas, you have
and those lateral positions only take so many. It's not like every person that applies to be a lateral transfer they're going to take.
No,
I mean, they can't sustain paying people $80,000.
It just depends.
Yep.
It depends on the agency. But you have like the state police here in Texas, DPS, the Department of Public Safety, and their pay scale is crazy. I mean, you start in, I don't know what you start. I think in the 80s.
No, I think it's like in the 50s. Their pay scale is in the 50s, I think.
No.
Some trooper's gonna get on.
No, because you can lateral in as a state trooper.
Oh,
you can lateral in
yes.
as a trooper too and make almost $100,000 a year.
Yeah, lateral in. Yeah. Let's see.
I think because they redid their whole pay scale.
Did they?
Yeah, and there's dudes making like 6 figures.
Let's see. Boop. Oh, turn that down.
You got an email?
That's from.
You got a Gmail?
I'm not gonna give that person's name out, but it's an off-duty email.
Oh wow! See.
It's an off-duty email.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can.
Trooper trainee starts out, so that's like your first year, 55. Probationary, 60. Trooper 1, 73. Trooper 2, 4 years of service, 89.
Yeah, so 90.
Yep.
Basically.
Jeez Louise.
And it just keeps freaking.
Trooper 6, 20 years of service, 107,000.
Just think about this: if you're brand new to DPS, because DPS I think does do a lateral thing for officers with experience. But think about this. If you're going to Texas DPS, right,
Yeah.
and you're going to go to their academy, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to make 50-something in the academy. They're going to pay you. They're going to house you. You're going to get benefits. You're going to get all that stuff. And then 4 years later, 4 years, that goes by quick, too.
Oh, yeah, trust
You're making $90,000.
That's what's up. And plus all the overtime they get.
Yeah, they do all sorts. They can work off duty.
Yeah,
and
they can work off duty. I'm in the wrong gig.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you can go be like a Texas Ranger after that. So you can hang out with Chuck Norris. Chris Norris.
You got to do a bunch of times. Just can't sit still.
No.
All the little sound effects you hear during the episodes are Bigbo because he can't sit still.
This is true. You don't know how many times people tell me that I have ADD. And so I hear it so much that I think I might. Like, I'll literally be talking to someone in the school and, like, they'll be like, yeah, and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'll be like, oh, look at that. And they're like, what?
So that's why the last episode got messed up, because you started touching stuff.
I did start touching stuff.
And you were good for, your mic was good for the first 20 minutes.
It was until I because he gave me a Clorox wipe.
Yeah, and you're just wiping everything.
Area, and then I just started cleaning everything because I'm retarded.
And then your audio track just disappeared.
Well, stuff happens. If you were a better producer, it wouldn't have disappeared.
Oh, is that what it is?
You like how I just deflect there?
Wow.
So we're talking about money, and we're talking about those things that come with that, and how the conversation in America changes because, and I've had this conversation with other people when I tell them how much I make, because I'm not afraid to tell people how much I make. I barely clear like 42 a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my pay, which that was not me.
That was me that time.
I clear 42 a year. So that's not with all my off duty and blah, blah, blah. That's just strictly my job. And when people hear that, they're amazed. They're like, oh my God, cops make that. And I rebuttal with them and I'm like, there's cops out there that make less than that, like 10 to 15 grand less than that.
Dude, there's cops out there right now on the border, and some of those counties are making like $9 an hour.
Yep.
$9 an hour.
Yep. Chime in on Instagram. Let us know how much you guys make an hour.
Yeah.
If you're not afraid. I mean,
if you want to share.
If you want to share.
That's uncomfortable for some people.
Some people it's uncomfortable. For me, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was actually looking at my, I was going through paperwork because, I just moved. And I was looking at my military pay stub, so my LES,
Gotcha.
Leaves Earnings Statement. And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I made that much money. And I walked away from it.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I was like, I was clearing that much a paycheck?
Yeah.
Dang. My girlfriend looked at it. She was like you didn't want to do that anymore?
No.
Are you sure? I was like, no.
No, I was
fat
done.
and old, and I was done. So,
it happens.
It happens. But yeah, so there's that. And then you look at these cities where the police presence isn't there. There's some cities that can't even hire police because of what the pay scale is right now.
Right.
You look at Dallas Police Department, one of the police departments in our area.
9th largest PD in the country.
Listen, the number always fluctuates, so I don't know what it is. But you'll ask one person, they'll be like, Dallas is down 300 people. And, so the number's got to be somewhere between 100 and 400. Because the other day I heard 500, and I was like, "There's no way
it's significant.
500 officers."
It's significant.
Yeah, it's enough that it can hinder the force. So, like, you have officers that are overworked. So, as soon as an officer comes on duty, he's already behind 3 or 4 calls.
I believe they're budgeted for somewhere between 33 and 3,500 officers total.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is kind of crazy, servicing a population the size that it is in Dallas.
It's a metropolitan city.
But they were already short.
Yep.
They were already They were already short a couple hundred positions, and then they lost like a lot, like a couple hundred at least.
Yeah.
Like, because at one point I remember reading in the news that they could not even process people's exit paperwork quick enough. There were people that had quit that were still working because their paperwork couldn't even, that's how far behind they were because of the number of people.
That's crazy.
And it has to do with a variety of factors.
Yeah, I mean, we're not picking on that department or anything like that. But what it is what it is. People leave this job for a lot of reasons. And the biggest reason that I really hear is I don't make enough for this.
Right.
You know what I mean? The things that we have to deal with is kind of crazy. You have media scrutiny, community scrutiny, admin scrutiny, and
politics.
Right. And then, you're like, I make how much? And there's jobs out there that police officers are certified to do where they can make almost double what they make.
Right.
So the people that do this honestly like this job. We honestly do it because we want to do it.
Yeah, I think there's very few cops that actually do it for the money.
Yeah, because you don't make a whole lot. You can make the same much going to be a teacher or more.
Now, some people do it because, they look at it and it's a steady paycheck, it's steady work, and there's benefits.
Yeah.
And that's on them, right? Yeah. And some of those are good cops. I mean, they end up getting into it and adopting a lot of different things about the lifestyle.
They love the lifestyle or what have you.
Right.
So it just depends on the person and the individual. Sure. But I believe we had talked about like the city of Detroit and how they have so many officers that have just left that police department because they're underpaid and the scrutiny they go through. Right. And you still have those officers out there really busting their hump, and they're not even seeing pay increases because their city doesn't believe that that's something that should be done. Well,
it's a problem. I mean, when we're talking about Flint too. Yeah. And watching that. By the way, if you haven't seen the documentary Flint Town, you need to watch it. It's eye-opening.
Yeah, it's great.
It's eye-opening. It shows you the
how much
struggles.
The government doesn't care about you.
Right. It shows you the struggles of a modern-day major metropolitan police department. Mm-hmm. It shows you the struggles of trying to police a community that doesn't like you very much. And it shows you the political aspect, the personal aspect. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was crazy. You had Flint, Michigan. You had a department of over 300 officers. And at the time of the documentary, when they started the documentary, they had 98.
God. Dude, that's nuts.
98. And they're one of the lowest paid large police departments in the country.
Cops.
I think they were the lowest paid, starting at like $15 an hour. I mean, there was one scene like
you can't even take vacation.
No, I mean, I don't know what you do. I mean, you have to have a spouse that works, or you have got to work a bunch of off duty in order to make that work.
Well, I'm talking about like just because their department's behind. Imagine how hard it would be to get, vacation, because I'm pretty sure they probably go out in 2-man units.
No, they don't have enough officers to do 2-man units. Jeez. Almost every one of those dudes, except for that CAT team that they had, that community action team, was all single-man patrols.
That's crazy.
And they're talking about, on a good night, they'd have 7 to 8 cars on the street, covering a population of over 100,000.
That's unheard of.
And in one of the largest, or one of the most violent crime cities in the United States. I mean, there was that one scene where you had that female officer that they followed, mm-hmm. Who was answering a robbery call 27 hours after they had gotten the call.
God, dog, that's crazy.
He'd already gone to the hospital, spent his time in the hospital, got stitched up, came out, and it was bad. I mean, he got messed up. Yeah. 27 hours.
Hey, am I responding to the call?
Yeah. And the guy's like, I don't know why you're here right now, because this happened yesterday.
I'm dying.
And she didn't even know. I mean, she's like, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's nothing
she can do.
Nothing we.
And he got it. He understood, but it was just like.
But think about all the people that don't get it. Because I'm sure there's people that have had that happen.
Well, yeah. Well, they show later where a shooting call happens. It was a drive-by or something like that, and they're waiting hours for the police to respond, and the cops get there, and they're all like, "See, y'all don't do nothing, y'all this, y'all that," and it's like. Okay, it's not their fault. I mean, they're doing the best they can with what they have, and you're putting a lot of burden on people. Yeah. To do an already difficult job in difficult circumstances.
Yeah, it's just like if you work in a restaurant and there's literally 3 people there and 100 people come in for service. Right. People are gonna be like, "I ordered my food over an hour ago." Well, there's literally a chef, a hostess, and a waitress here. So. Right. Good luck, bud. We'll get to you when we get to you. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, but people don't, everyone wants that instant gratification that, sure, this is my problem and I want it taken care of right now. Right. And that's just, it's hard for us.
Well, and then it goes back to the old adage, you get what you pay for. Right? Yes. Oh, and 100%. It's not that most of these guys out here are not willing to do the job because of how much they make. Yeah. But these guys are having to do the job in the confines of a department that already doesn't pay anything. So do you think their budget for equipment and things like that's going to be good? No.
Nope.
Do you think they're going to have enough people there? No, because people are always going to be leaving, trying to get a better paying job.
Oh, yeah, always.
Right? Because they have families to feed.
Yep.
They have responsibilities, just like every single person on the planet.
Yeah. And what's crazy about that is, so like you have officers, that work for departments, and if it's a smaller department, and say that losing one person could really hurt them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And they don't pay a lot of money, and like you said, there's someone who wants to leave.
Right.
Like the department, when that person leaves, some departments will look at them like, you fucking traitor.
Well, I mean,
you left us.
Look at we have a department that neighbors ours, right? Yeah. They lost one person that, not because he did something wrong, but because he went on to another career.
Yeah.
Out of law enforcement, and their entire supervisor stratus has completely. These dudes went from normal schedules to like everybody's schedule's jacked up because of one person.
One person leaving, and it's because people leave to better themselves.
Right.
And it's like, when you do that in law enforcement, sometimes some departments will blackball you.
Yeah, there's stigmas for sure. Yeah. It just depends on where you work.
And they'll be like, he's a gypsy cop. He moves from department to department. Did you ever think he just moves from money to money?
Right,
because he's the only person working in his household.
Yeah, exactly.
That always kills me.
He didn't do it because he was a dick. Yeah. He did it because he's trying to better his life for his family.
He's a gypsy cop. Well, is he? I mean, what did he go there for? They had a better schedule. Well,
at the end of the day, that all comes down to leadership.
It does. It really does. But I remember hearing that when I was in the academy. They were like, don't be going from department to department. You'll get labeled as a gypsy cop.
Well, and realistically, you shouldn't like bounce a bunch of departments, right?
I get that. Especially if you're going for a place that pays you exactly the same in the exact same schedule.
Right.
Then yeah, I get it. Like, why did you leave? Well, I didn't like so and so. Well, you're gonna work places where you don't like everybody you work with.
Well, and you may have a a bad working environment.
Yeah,
I understand that. That's I totally get that.
Yeah, but if you've moved 7 times and it's always the admin or work environment, no,
right? Yeah,
it's you.
Yeah, at some point, you have to have an honest conversation with yourself. But you look at pay issues, because the city council of whatever, or county commissioners or whatever, they're the ones that are going to decide at the end of the day
how much
what you make.
Yeah.
And in some cases, that's kind of a reflection of, you kind of look at it and you look at how much they decide that you're going to get paid, and you start to wonder if the service you provide has any validity to them because of sometimes the low amounts. Sometimes it's going to be a smaller city. They don't have a big budget, and they got to make it work the best they can.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah, and I mean the officers who take those positions understand.
And everybody gets that.
And then you have to be, if you're on that city council and part of that admin, you have to be honest with yourself,
right?
And be like, the people we are going to get in here are transits. Like, they're probably not going to stick around a long time. They're going to come in here, they're going to get experience, and they're probably going to move on.
Yeah, and that's and that's a big challenge that like your smaller departments face, right?
Yeah.
You got a guy that either just got out of the academy and is looking to get a full-time job,
get his foot in the door.
If he wasn't sponsored, and he's going to come in, he's going to do his 2 years, and he's going to bounce for more money.
Yeah, he's definitely going to evaluate it for sure.
Sure.
Especially if you see, this is the thing. Like, this is what gets me. If you're not going to give your employees more, so like say you have that 2-year rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he evaluating it, we talked with it with Tap Rack Tactical, you got to give him something to stay there.
Right.
You got to put him in a different assignment.
It's got to be some kind of incentive.
It's got to be an incentive, because people will stay for that. Like, oh, I could leave and I could start from zero, or I could stay here and be a canine handler.
Right.
I can stay here and work narcotics. I can stay here and be the range master. You got to give them something to make them want to stay if you're not going to give them the money.
Right. And that's a challenge that the smaller departments face, because most small departments are patrol and supervision. That's it. That's all you got.
Yep.
Some have a detective bureau or a CID, whatever. And you have that option, but because they're so small, most of the people that get in those positions stay for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And also people that get into certain positions of leadership, whether that be sergeant or whatever, those positions also tend to stay filled for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And you're kind of stuck in this rut. And eventually like every cop goes through this for the most part. Eventually, you're going to reach a point year-wise where you're starting to get into that year 6, 7, 8, whatever, where you're just burned out on what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not fresh anymore. It's not exciting anymore. Yeah, occasionally you're going to have those exciting calls or whatever, but those are isolated incidents, and you're not going to have that, that rush you used to feel, and stuff's going to start to become mundane.
Yeah.
Your morale's going to start to go down. Then you're going to have this department over here that offers
something
more money most of the time, and all these different special units and things to do. It's like, well, I can go and put 2 more years in patrol, but it's going to reinvigorate you because you're going to be excited because you know that at the end, once I put in my time, I'm going to be able to move into something else.
Yep.
And do something else. So people are willing to do that. They're willing to take that time they've already put in somewhere, regardless of what it is, and go, okay, well, I'll just put in a little bit more time in patrol. I'm good with that because it's going to be different types of calls and different things to do. And then once I'm eligible, I can go into street crimes or gangs or SWAT or whatever it is.
Something.
And so you run into this problem of these smaller departments having to fight the competition with pay, competition with benefits, competition with job types and things to do. And it's hard. It's a difficult position to be in. You know what I mean?
They realize, like, we really are you're like a training ground almost.
See, I've kind of looked at smaller departments and thought that they should really take patrol and be like, okay. And of course, it all depends on what types of crimes they have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But looking at it and going, okay, we want to retain these people for a long period of time, right?
Yeah.
Pay is always an evolving situation.
Yep.
So there's always that fight between the council and the administration, all that kind of stuff to get the pay increased annually. Okay, I deal with that. Be transparent with the people that are working for you and be like, hey, this is what we're working on. This is what we want to get you. We understand that this department offers this and this department offers that, and it's very enticing, and we understand. And if you want to leave, we'll do everything we can to help you get what you want. But on the backside of that, I really think they should look at things like patrol and go, okay, guys, we have a 9, 10, 11, 12-man patrol unit, right? Officer so-and-so, do you have any interests? Do you have any things that, like, you want to specialize in?
I want a dog.
Right? Okay. I don't know if we can make that happen right now.
I'm out of here. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, some people will be there.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, okay, do we have a need for a dog? Can you justify a need for a dog?
Yeah, you can always justify a need.
So then you go through that, okay? All right, cool, you justified it. How about this? That's your project on the side. Get us the information, find the grants, do everything you can, get us the information. We'll try to make that happen. If we can't make it happen, let's find something else or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, you got to let them, you got to give them some air.
Officer B, what do you like doing? Well, I've always been interested in SWAT. I want to be on SWAT. Okay, well, we don't want to have a SWAT team, right? But we could use some people that have that training to boost our capabilities and our and how we respond to emergency situations. You know what? I'm going to send you to SWAT school. I'm going to send you to emergency planning school.
Yep.
And that's your secondary job. You're still going to, when you come back, you're still going to have to work patrol. You're still going to have to work that beat. You're still going to have to answer those calls and make those traffic stops. But when we have something go down, you're our guy.
Yep.
Right? What do you like doing? Saying go down the list and because I look like this, and I'm not comparing them in any way, shape, or form. But when I look at small departments, I tend to look at them from basically if you have, let's say you have like a 15 to 20 man department, right? So you look at this department and you go, okay, this is what I have. So if you look at things from a command perspective, right? For you, like coming from the Army, right?
Yeah.
15 to 20 man, that's
a platoon.
Basically a platoon,
that's like
right?
a small platoon, yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking about small unit, right?
Yeah.
So treat it like it's a small unit, but I tend to look at departments like that as everyone kind of has to take on the role of doing a bunch of different specialties, right?
Yep.
So for example's sake only, because you're going to get some people that are going to go, that doesn't even compare, blah, 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 blah. Before the people get butthurt, I'm just going to caveat this by saying, from a structural format, this is how I look at it. If you look at a 12-man Special Forces ODA, right? Each man, you have your weapons sergeants, you have your medical sergeants, you have your intelligence sergeants, you have all these. Everybody specializes in something, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at their job, right? Their job is to go behind enemy lines, infiltrate indigenous forces, build them up, build a community with them,
Yep.
train them, and help them provide whatever, help provide whatever services that they need, right? It's more than just war fighting.
Yes.
You're doing a lot of different things. So I look at smaller police departments very similarly, because look at community-oriented policing, right?
Yep.
You're embedding the department with the community. You're talking to the community. You're developing relationships with the community.
Yep.
They become your second set of eyes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Some departments have
community.
Some departments have community. What do they call them?
Community outreach officers.
Yeah, those are the private citizens on patrol.
Oh, citizens on patrol. Yep.
You incorporate some of those things, right?
Yep.
And then you look at your guys themselves and you go, okay, hey, these are things that these bigger departments have that we don't have. And we have to wait on those people, those other departments, to come bail us out of these situations.
Yeah.
In the meantime, to mitigate risk, to mitigate liability, and to contain situations or prevent future problems from coming up, hey, let's take this dude, and let's take this dude, or like, let's say 4 guys, and let's send them to, or whatever, guys, whatever. And let's send them to that SWAT school. Let's send them to, and so that way those guys can bring that training and those resources back, teach everybody else, so everybody has a little piece of the pie.
Yep.
And then when a big situation comes down, we have the capability and the resources to immediately contain a situation until the bigger help comes. Or you have or even on a basic level, you have an active shooter or whatever. Those skill sets, those extra schools are going to not only embolden, but give your guys more capability to be able to handle it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about these guys suddenly go to SWAT school and they come back wearing all OD green with everything, but
Growing
they have
a beard, just acting weird,
right? But they have the skill sets,
Yep.
right? And those can be utilized. So you let's say you're a small department in a lower income, moderate to high crime area, right? Okay. Street intelligence developing courses, gang courses, whatever. And these guys, that's what they specialize in. So on top of their normal patrol duties, they have something else to look forward to, and something else to contribute. And it makes that person, from a retention level, and I'm just talking about a retention level only. That's fine.
Okay.
From a retention level only, you're giving these guys special, and then you're saying, hey, listen, we gave you guys this is what you wanted to do. Now you're able to do it. Now it's a part of your title. This is what your specialty is.
Yep.
Let us worry about the other stuff. We're going to fight to get you more money. We're going to fight to get you better benefits. We're going to do all those things. Stick with us. We're going to make it worth it.
Yeah.
And it gives the officer an ability to go, wow, I'm not just, if I'm maybe feeling burned out on patrol, but they're also have gone through these different schools, which give them a different outlook on the patrol job that they're doing. They're able to approach things different. Mental health officer. I mean, you can go like all these different routes.
Yeah.
And give each of your guys a specialty. And I think that not only helps your department, it helps the individual officer, and it helps the community at large, because you have better trained, more knowledgeable officers that can handle a variety of different situations and work as a unit.
Let me ask you this. Let me just play the other side of the coin.
Of course.
Do you think that smaller departments should embrace the training ground mentality and just be like, we're good with the officer that comes in here and leaves after every 2 to 4 years, because we don't have to worry about going to city council for raises, because we can just get equipment. We can just get brand new cars, brand new computers, brand new stuff, blah, 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 every 2 to 4 years. And all we really have to worry about is
we're just changing faces.
We're just changing faces. Because like you said, in those smaller departments, supervisors mainly stay the same, so you wouldn't have to spend the money on the courses to send these guys. You could keep all your supervisors as training officers and range masters and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And if someone says, I'm going to just stick it out here, that person gets those benefits when they come in, like, okay, you know what, you're going to get promoted and you're going to get this stuff. because sometimes I think that may be the best thing for smaller departments is to just be like, we're going to just be a training ground. We'll take you and give you those 2 to 4 years experience, and we expect you to leave after that. No harm, no foul. We're just going to keep churning them out, because there's always somebody out there that wants this job for $39,000 a year and pretty decent benefits.
My counter to that is from a community standpoint.
I get it, yeah.
And I have two counters. One's from inside the department, right? Because
you don't build cohesiveness.
You have a rotating cast of characters that you're constantly, they stay for but every 2 to 4 years, you're having to take people and put them through field training again. Yep. You're having to acquire new custom fitted vests. You're having to,
nope, hand me down everything.
I mean, the hand me down stuff doesn't necessarily work though.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
But I mean, you're having to custom outfit uniforms. You're having to customize. So there's still all these expenses on top of it.
I think the only expense would really be the vest.
Well, uniforms too, because you can't guarantee that
of course, yeah.
So-and-so is going to come in and he's going to fit the last guy that left.
Yeah, he's going to fit those last pants.
You know what I mean?
But you're only purchasing uniforms, say, every 2 to 4 years instead of, But I'm just saying.
But it's not. You're not purchasing uniforms every 2 to 4 years. But
we're not worrying about those raises, and
because
we can keep that money a little bit.
Well, I get that, but you're also not everybody's coming in at the same time and then leaving in 2 years and a new group's coming in.
No, yeah, I get it.
It's going to be staggered. So every couple of months you got some dude leaving.
I'd say like every year.
Maybe or maybe not. It just depends. There's no way to quantify that without actually having it happen in front of you, and then studying that data. But from a community standpoint, which is, to me is the biggest thing. You have a rotating cast of officers, and you want, especially in those smaller departments, whereas in the bigger departments, you have your neighborhood police officers and your community outsource officers and all that crap. You don't have that luxury in a smaller department. Every officer you have is those people.
Yeah.
But they also have to be able to do the same things that your special units and other bigger departments that's their only job. You're taking all those and you're making these officers everymen. You're making them journeymen. They have to be able to do all these different things, but they also have the ability to be able to build the relationship with the communities, understand the neighborhoods that they're patrolling, the crimes, who's moving what, who's doing this, who's doing that. And if you have people that are coming constantly in and out, you can't.
They don't care about the community.
They don't care about it.
They're just trying to get as many calls and as many traffic stops as they can.
Right, they're just there.
And in some ways, that's
I'm just saying, if you
better.
foster that environment where you're saying, "Hey, I know that this is a stepping stone department, and in 2 to 4 years you're going to be out. We're cool with that." I think the problem with that is you're bringing in people because you're letting it be known.
You're bringing in mercenaries.
Cool. Well, yeah, you're paying guys to do a job that aren't going to long-term invest in the community or the department. And that doesn't benefit the community at all. That is not, in my opinion.
I think everything has its ups and downs. I definitely get where you're coming from, but I also think those officers that are trying to prove themselves too, they're those officers, which I agree with your way, but I'm playing devil's advocate. Those officers that are like, I'm going to make a name for myself so I can get on to the next place and be better. They're going to be busting their humps trying to get as much stuff as they want.
Maybe not. It just depends. You may have people that come in and go, well, I'm just here because it's my first full-time job,
and I'm not trying to mess.
And I'm not trying to screw with anything because I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get wrapped up in this or that or this or that. I'm going to do the bare minimum.
Yep.
I'm going to show what's.
Could have that.
And you're always going to have those people no matter what. But
you can get Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yeah, but I want a bunch of Riggs and Murtaughs, right? Yeah. I don't want these dudes that are going to be fly-by-night cops if I'm a chief.
Yeah.
I want guys that are going to be here for the long run.
Yeah, me too. I want people that are going to be invested in the city.
Right.
But I could see that if you know what your budget is and your needs are as a chief, where you can be like, you know what, the pay's never going to change here. We're going to get this set of money, and I know that I can afford to outfit 2 or 3 officers every year.
You got to look at it like this, too. You got some people that are going to be the career middle management, career leaders that are going to stay for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But if I'm a chief and I'm coming into my first chief job or my second chief job, and it's a rather relatively low-paying chief job in comparison to other places where I may have better support and I may have – because the other thing, if you've got the attitude of, well, pay's never going to change here and blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously, I don't have the backing of the city council, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't really give a shit, so it's not really going to matter.
God damn it,
at the end of
Carl!
the day.
We're not giving your cops anything.
Right.
Well, all right then. See you later, Edna.
So if I'm a small department chief, well, I'm not going to, this is just me, and I'm sure there's others out, I'm not going to be looking at this department that I'm the chief of now and go, well, this is it for me, because I'm making $80,000 a year as a chief.
Yes.
And that's it. When there's supervisors at other departments down the road that are making more than I do, and they're like sergeants.
But are they chiefs?
Yeah, but see, at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe there's some like chief club where somebody can give us more insight into that.
Badass chief club.
But if I'm a chief, I'm going to be looking for the next place I can go, the bigger place I can go. I'm going to put my time in here, and I'm out. Because if I know that my pay is never going to change, my benefits are never going to change, my equipment's always going to be shit. So I'm going to be dealing with...
What if they give you decent equipment? Like they give you the newest and greatest equipment, but they just don't give you any money. Would you rather have money or equipment?
If I'm an officer,
yes.
if I'm a line level officer, at the end of the day, in order to maintain and preserve my life, I'd rather have better equipment. If I knew that the pay was something that was on the table, something that was being conversed about, if it's never going to change, right? Well, that's great.
Give us 10 years.
10 years? Well, it just depends. It depends on what my opportunities are at that place. But if pay is something that's not even talked about, it's like, no, that's what you're going to make and that's the end of it. Well, guess what? If I'm leasing somewhere or I own a home, well, guess what? My rent or taxes are going to go up every year, right?
That's the truth.
My cost of living is going to go up. And eventually, if I'm doing okay right now, it's going to catch up to me at some point.
It's going to catch up.
And so for long term, it's not going to make any sense. Now, if you come to me and say, okay, listen, here's the deal. This is the budget the city council's given us. It's the best we could do. We fought, we did everything we could, and this is what we have, right? I can do one of two things. We can put raises off and look at them next year, right? Or I can replace the fleet of cars. It's going to be one of the two, though.
Yeah.
I can either get you new equipment or I can get you more money. I'm going to go with the better new equipment because I know that's going to help me out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because I know that next year the focus is, because that equipment's going to last me a little bit.
The equipment's going to last about 3 to 5.
Yeah. So I know that next year your priority is getting us more money. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. I can sit back.
Or even if they said we can get you new equipment and we're probably not going to see raises for 2 years, but we can stretch this equipment out for 5.
Right.
And then in the next 2, we can...
Yeah, we're going to buy really good shit, and as long as we take care, we can stretch it out for 5 years.
And in the next 2 years, we can get you guys raises. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
I can live with that because I know it's a priority for them at that point. Yeah. And I know they're going to revisit it.
I know that they're invested in us because you have to realize these city councils, they're about numbers. And so they see police departments as a money pit, which in... somewhat we are.
Well, emergency services are always going to be money pits.
Yeah. And I get that. Like, they've got to have new stuff.
You're never going to write enough tickets to make up for budget shortfalls. No. You're just not. And yes, tickets, when they're written, some of that money, depending on where you work, comes back to...
we don't have the percentage. I don't know the percentage. No cop is out there. I will tell you this right now from experience. I know hundreds of cops.
Yeah.
I cannot speak for every police officer in the world.
No.
But I know a vast majority of them do not write tickets to get money. 1, it's against the law. 2, you would have to write, as one officer, probably 15,000 tickets to just pay for something.
Which isn't going to happen.
One thing, which is never going to happen.
You don't have enough time to do that.
No, not at all. Not even if you're in a city that's the only thing you do all day, every day. Is
no, and most cops, right? I'm sure there's some, whatever. But most cops are going to balk at profit-based policing.
Yeah,
right,
no,
for
we would never do that.
You're just not going to do that.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't speak for every police officer in the world, but the ones I know, even ones that I'll be like, I'd punch him in his face if I ever saw him in public. Like, even they're not like, you know what? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to terrorize the city with tickets.
It's not, I mean, we can't even pretend that money made off citations does not affect a certain percentage of a police budget.
Yeah, I don't know how much they get.
It varies. It's going to vary, right? Because it's going to depend.
It's mostly small, though.
It's going to be small. Yeah. It's going to be a small percentage of the overall police budget, right?
Yep.
There is some revenue that comes back from that, right?
Yeah.
But there has to be.
Yes.
There has to be, because you have to be able to make up certain portions in your budget to be able to provide services.
Yes.
Right? But
and it has to be there. So there has to be a reason for everything.
Sure.
Like, when freaking Quiznos builds a sub shop, they have to be like, is there a need for subs? Do these people want subs? The community wants to feel safe. They don't want wrecks. They don't want accidents. They won't want people speeding through their community.
Right.
So we have to prove that, yes, this is what we're here for. We do enforce the traffic laws.
And traffic enforcement is a part of the job.
Yeah.
It's traffic safety, because that's the point of traffic laws, is to keep people safe.
Yeah,
right?
It's not to... Some people really think it's for money.
Oh, I know. And
that's further from the truth.
And some people really, actually, honestly believe...
That's how we pay our salaries.
That we get told every month that, hey... we need you guys to go out and write this many tickets and quotas.
Yeah, it's against the law.
Yeah, we can't do that.
I've never heard... No one's ever told me, no matter where I worked, how many tickets I had to write. Or actually that I had to write any tickets.
Now, what they can't... Yeah, you have to write any ticket. They can't tell you to do that.
Nope.
So, but there are... They can put requirements on you that, hey, you need to make this many traffic contacts, right?
Now, you don't have to write any of them tickets. You can write them all warnings.
Write them warnings, cut them a verbal, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But
people are out there breaking traffic laws. We need you to stop some of them.
And it causes accidents.
Yeah.
It causes accidents.
Yep.
That's why those laws exist.
Yes.
You may not agree with all of them. Hell, I may not agree with all of them, but it doesn't matter.
It's the law.
It's the law, right? and my job as a police officer is to uphold the law and to hold people accountable when they don't.
Speaking about that, today I had a kid, I think he's like 7th grade, and he was walking down the hall and he's like bawling, and I was like, it's my job to stop him and ask him, make sure they're okay. I'm like, what's going on, bud? Nothing's wrong. I'm like, no, come over here. I know you don't want everybody to see you crying. What's going on, bud?
Right.
Well, so-and-so said I have to go to in-school suspension. And I'm like, well, did you do something wrong? Only sort of, kind of. I'm like, well, then this is well-deserved. But it's not like I really did anything wrong. I'm like, look, if you rob a bank because you're poor, you still robbed a bank.
Right.
You just can't. It's the law.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but it's the law. It's the problem. What is this?
I don't know.
So it says call from... it ended. What the freak is my phone up to?
I don't know. It's just calling people.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I called my girlfriend for 10 minutes today. What are you doing in that bathroom? I heard it. You disgust me. Anywho. Jeff Bezos is in my phone, and Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg knows.
Zuckerberg. That's what I'm calling him. Zuckerberg. But yeah, so, I mean, that's my rant and rave on that portion of my life. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
People move on. People move on to jobs all the time for more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more money, better, more opportunity, better benefits.
But like when when police officers say, hey, we're underpaid, or teachers say, hey, we're underpaid, people, this burns me up. People are like, it's what you signed up for. I signed up to help the community. I didn't sign up for $10.
But I still have to provide for a family, you know what I mean?
And I made this comparison last time we recorded this episode. It's like me going to McDonald's, ordering a cheeseburger, and then throwing it in the person who took my order's face. When they complain, I'm like, well, that's what you signed up for.
Yep.
You signed up to work here at McDonald's, and that's part of your job. Yep. No, it's not.
Unhappy customers, got to deal with unhappy customers, right?
No one deserves that.
But it's just like, officer gets shot or killed or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that officer did not take that job to get killed.
He knew it might happen.
Yeah, sure, it's a risk. It's a risk of the job,
yes.
Right? But he didn't take that job to get killed. I didn't sign up so I could get killed. That makes no sense.
None.
Yes, it's a dangerous job, and yes, it could happen, but I didn't sign up for that to happen.
No.
Right? I signed up.
That's what he signed up for. Nope.
I signed up to
he didn't sign up to die.
Right.
No one does.
No, I mean, maybe somebody does. I don't know, but that's weird. But that's not something that you sign up for.
No.
You know what I mean? Just like when you join the military, nobody signs. You don't sign up to just, I signed up to get killed.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
So to me, that argument's ridiculous. I mean,
no, it's a stupid argument. It comes from a dumb place. It's a dumb argument. It's just sort of like, I know you are, but what am I?
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's the end all be all. You signed up for this.
Or like when you're having an argument with somebody and they're like, back at you. It's like, yeah.
That's all you have to say. It's your clever comeback. Yeah, shut up, ogre.
Yeah. You're dumb.
My sister used to always just be like, whatever. Like, that's it? That's all you got? I had 10 minutes of stuff. 10 minutes of material. All you gave me was a whatever. I feel like I wasted my argument on you.
Your shoes look stupid. You're a stupid shoe.
I hate when I do that, like with people I'm arguing with on text message, and I like write this dissertation, and they're like, K. Nope.
Oh.
You're getting the phone call
No,
now.
you're getting the phone call.
You're going to hear this verbally.
God. When somebody responds just the letter K.
So disrespectful.
Or they say thanks, but they just spell THX. To me, those are the same.
So I hate that.
It drives me up the wall. Like, it pisses me off.
I hate
it's
thanks
so rude.
more than I hate K.
It's
especially when you're arguing with someone, like, and you're like proving your point, and like you've totally demolished their point, like you've blown it out of the water.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, thanks. Nope, you don't believe that. You don't mean it. It's not true. And we're gonna have a phone conversation.
Or you're texting with somebody, and you like, let's say you did a favor for them or whatever, and you're like, hey, yeah, I did this and I got all this, and hey, you don't have to worry about this and blah blah blah, and all you get back is THX or just thanks. That's like, oh really?
I'm breaking the phone.
Oh, it's infuriating.
I hate you and everybody else now.
But the K, oh my God.
I really hate that K.
Oh, me too.
I really do. It's
too.
one of those things that just burns my buttons.
Like, I'm so conscious of it that, like, when people say something where a thanks is in order, I actually write thank you.
Yeah.
Or I'll spell out the whole word of okay.
I do that too. I will purposely spell out the whole word okay, even though I hate to.
Like, I don't even use the abbreviated, just the letter O and K. I type OKAY. Okay. Not just K. Gosh.
I wonder who the person was that just was like, you know what, I'm going to take out the AY in that.
I don't know. They're an asshole. No, the person that came up with the K is a dick.
It's a female.
Probably.
Guaranteed.
Probably.
Guaranteed. Changed my mind.
Changed my mind.
Changed my mind.
Y'all are misogynistic.
Whatever. Love women. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
That's what you told me last time.
Well,
we're not redoing this.
You haven't fucked with anything on the keyboard, so
that doesn't mean anything.
Everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing right now.
So,
I think.
Where are we going from here?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I told you we couldn't recreate that magic.
We have injected a lot of magic into this episode. We talked about an important topic.
I believe so. I believe it's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
So off duty, talking about off duty, what's the lowest you'll take for off duty?
The lowest I'll take?
Lowest you'll take.
It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is, honestly. But I'm not, no matter what it is, I'm not taking less than 30 an hour.
That's me. I don't care what it is.
I don't care what it is.
You're going to watch tomatoes grow 30 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I at least need that.
Okay. I'll do that.
Because you're taking time away from your family.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to justify it.
Yeah.
I have to justify it.
There's places out there willing to pay that and more.
And more.
A lot more.
There was a dude that I worked this last off duty with. He was telling me he was making like $50 an hour on off duty.
Yeah.
And didn't want to share it.
There's a couple off duties in Dallas that are paying $100 an hour for like 12 hours.
Whoo. Gosh.
Yeah, dude.
And all those officers that went down to Houston when it flooded, banking.
Yeah.
They were banking.
Right.
You had to have like an RV though. I might buy an RV.
Just for emergency operations.
That's it.
Honestly, though, I mean, you shouldn't go. I don't think you should go like do like hurricane relief just to get paid, but it is a benefit.
It's compensation.
Well, because you're acting in official capacity,
yes.
so they have to pay you.
They have to pay me.
But if you go down there voluntarily, I don't.
Well,
it just depends.
You know.
But I mean, there were a lot of companies down there that were offering security gigs during all that, and they were paying. There were people from Dallas, Fort Worth, from all over the state that were going down there to work off-duty gigs for like a day or two.
I met a dude down there from Kansas.
From Kansas?
Kansas. He came all the way from Kansas.
Wow.
The crooked letter. It's Kansas, Missouri, right?
Kansas, Missouri.
Yep, crooked letter.
What?
Yeah, Missouri, M-I, crooked letter, I-O-U. That's what Nelly does. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's from St. Louis.
I've heard of him.
Wears a Band-Aid under one eye.
For no reason.
Had hits such as "It's Hot in Here."
Yes.
Take off all your clothes.
Right.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
So, you're about to begin summer schedule. So this is the fun part for the SROs out there that get rotated into patrol and get to be the fill-in guys throughout the summer.
The pimped out shift. That's what I call it. I call it the pimped out schedule. I even told one of our administrators the other day. He was like, "You ready to come back to patrol?" I was like, "You mean ready to get pimped out?" Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
It's the cost. It's the cost I pay to be SRO.
Everybody gets to go have a life during the summer, but not the SRO.
Not this guy. It's the worst, man. Listen, this is what I hate about it. Because you literally are a fill-in guy. And, like, just in 1 month, from the beginning of July to the beginning of June,
That's backwards.
I'm sorry. Beginning of June to the beginning of July, I'm working 2 different schedules. They're like days, nights. Days, nights. I'm like, that's horrible for my body.
So I just made the big switch from over a decade of nights to day shift.
Yes.
And that's kicking my ass like all over the place. And
you worked with me last year when I got switched to nights.
Yeah.
And how bad I was that next day. I was like out of it.
Oh yeah.
It was the worst thing ever. I was like, how did I work this
Started
shit for so
again.
long?
Started smoking again.
It was so horrible. It was the worst.
It's so funny. I saw a meme the other day that was like, I'm on day shift now. I'm going to start eating better, work out, get my life in order, and I'm back on nights.
Yep.
And it's all over.
It's all over.
And it's so funny how, like, just going from days to nights, how, like, working a night shift schedule, like, literally, not for everybody. There are some people that are super disciplined and can maintain, but for most people, it's just like your whole life, everything from your diet to your habits to everything. Because all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, I'm too tired. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Because before you know, like, so most people get 2 to 3 days off. So, like, that first day, you're just recuperating. The next day, you're just getting ready to go back.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
You really can't do anything. It really is.
Especially when you're pulling 12-hour shifts.
I love nights, but it's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because everyone hates that 1:30 to 4:30 hour.
Oh,
where
so,
you're just like, anytime the mic keys up, you're just waiting for them
you're
to
on the
be
downhill,
like, you're 100, reckless driver, right by you. Literally right by you.
It's on top of you.
Caller is behind the vehicle and says he struck several fire hydrants.
Caller sees an officer. You're like, fuck.
Caller is willing to give witness statement.
Possibly intoxicated.
Possibly. How do you know that? Were you in the vehicle with him?
Making a lot of assumptions here.
Then you pull that person over and they are just shit-faced.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well,
there goes the rest of my next
not getting
forever.
off till about 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the quickest you can do a DWI now?
I can get one done from beginning to end in about 2 hours.
I can get one.
It just depends.
I haven't done one in a long time, but I think still right now I can get one done from beginning to end in about 3.5 hours.
It depends. It depends on if
they're cooperative.
Right.
Or if they're too intoxicated to take the test.
If they're not cooperative and you have to start going down the search warrant route, then you're adding a lot of time.
Yeah.
So.
Those are the worst.
The worst.
I remember the first time
the absolute worst ones are when it's your Friday.
Oh, yeah. That's when
you're about to go on your days off and you're like, oh, man, I'm almost there. I only got an hour and a half left in the shift. It's almost at 6 a.m. And then, bam, your number hits the radio and vehicle accident, driver possibly intoxicated. Now you're like, oh, my Jesus.
Medic says he's throwing up vodka. Great. Show me en route.
Which is now catching on fire as it hits the ground. That's how drunk he is.
Those are literally the worst. Yeah, I mean, they're not the best, but one of the coolest things about those are, like, the first one I had with the person, like, I was like, hey, can you follow my pin? And he just started following. I was like, welp, listen, bud, you're not going to be able to do any of this. We're not even going to try. I'm just going to go get a search warrant. Yeah, it's not safe. I'm just going to go get a search warrant. And that was, like, one of the cooler ones I had. He's like, you know what, dude? I've been drinking. I was like, well, no, I mean, I figured. I mean, there's a bottle of vodka in the car, so. And I can smell you, so.
You know what my favorite part about the whole thing is that when you have an intoxicated person, right, like a DWI driver, let's say an intoxicated person in general, where we can't. They're intoxicated, so you can't take any statements from them if they're a victim or a witness, right? But they can give consent on a DWI to give blood or breath or anything.
Man, there's some
so they're conscious enough for that,
right now, yeah.
and in their right mind, but you can't.
No.
They're credible over here, but they're not over. It's so funny.
Those are literally one of the worst things in the world.
What I find funny is you look at like in Texas, you have public intoxication, right, which Class C misdemeanors. Take them to the drunk tank,
Or let someone come pick them up.
or let someone come pick them up. Whatever the deal is, right? You introduce a vehicle into the same equation.
You know what? And we had this conversation before, and I've done some thinking. You know why it's different? Because I think at that point, in that person's hand, a vehicle is now considered a weapon.
I get it, but it goes from a ticket level offense to one step higher. Now suddenly it's a Class B misdemeanor. It's one level above a ticket.
Listen.
And you're putting in hours of work.
That's the only thing I don't understand. Is I should just be like, and I get
Why
it.
aren't
People
we
are like,
and then
I have rights.
And then they repeat and they repeat and they repeat and they repeat.
Yes.
Why don't you just make it a freaking felony? Just make it a low level felony for a first time, and then the hammer gets slammed because you get repeaters and you get repeaters. You're costing agencies time and resources and money to do those.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's to me it's crazy. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off base.
I agree with you. I look at them and I'm just like,
because for a public intoxication, you're not doing all the standardized field sobriety tests.
Nope.
You don't have all these requirements.
That's literally saw drunk, arrested the same.
Pretty much. They were intoxicated to the point where they're endangering themselves or others.
Yeah. Done, son.
Well, we've established they're a danger to themselves or others because they've entered a vehicle.
Yeah.
Right? But now we're going to put all this time and effort, all these tests, all this paperwork.
Yo, I just don't understand the person that gets behind a vehicle after drinking like that.
Well, I mean, they're not in their,
I've never.
How many times in your life have you been intoxicated and you've been like, yeah, I could do that. I'm good. I could do that.
Drive or
anything?
Maybe twice.
When certain things that probably wouldn't be a good idea that you would consider a good idea when you were sober suddenly become a really good idea. Could be something simple like, hey, there's a swimming pool. I'm going to jump off the roof into the swimming pool. That seems like a good idea. I could do that. I could totally do that.
I mean, I do that sober.
But some people wouldn't. I'm just saying.
I definitely agree with what you're saying, but I've never been to the point of intoxication where I've been like, you know what? It's a good time to drive right now. No, I mean, I'm super paranoid as it is now. I'll literally have one beer and be like, hey, babe, you driving? Because I just had a Bud Light. Can't get behind the wheel of a car. Never know what can happen.
All you need is to have one beer, right?
Oh, yeah.
And let's say you're already not like a super balanced, coordinated guy.
Oh,
right?
You're done.
And then like you get pulled over by somebody and they smell that one beer coming off your breath.
Done.
And then you fail the tests.
Done.
And then you're taking the ride.
You are.
You're going.
Yep.
And then all the problems that creates afterwards. Oh my God.
Yep. Because they're going to be like, well, you were just drunk per se.
Per se. Asterisk.
Asterisk. Why wasn't the legal limit? Doesn't mean you were intoxicated. No, it does.
But the other thing I find interesting, though, is that if in Texas, this is Texas specific, if you're under the legal age to drink, and you've been drinking and driving, suddenly it's a Class C DUI. Now, you can still charge them with the DWI, right? Because in Texas, we have two different ones.
Yep.
But you could.
Because they're a child and they made a mistake.
Suddenly they're a child, but they're 8. Let's say they're 19 years old.
They're a child and they made a mistake. It's really crazy, man. It's really crazy.
I'm saying, did you see how, I mean, to me, it's just the whole system. It's like having the same argument about NFA laws with firearms, right?
Yeah.
So I can take an AR-15, right?
Yes, you can.
And make it as a pistol because it has a pistol buffer and pistol brace on it. Mm-hmm. And suddenly it's a pistol, right? Which I can shoulder and fire with, right?
That's not what it's created for, but yes, you can do it.
But you can do it.
And
you're covered.
You're covered.
Right? And then I can take, but I can't put but if I put like a vertical foregrip on it,
now it's a rifle.
now it's a short-barreled rifle, an SBR,
rifle.
and now it's a federal felony.
Yep, you've just broken the law.
But if I extend the overall length of that pistol to over 26 inches,
now
it's classified as an AR firearm, and doesn't fall under any specific classifications other than that. And I can put a vertical foregrip on it.
Well, that's just like when you walk into a tobacco shop and you're just like, "Why are y'all selling crack pipes?" That's not a crack pipe. You smoke tobacco out of that.
No, I know. But then I want to build an actual short-barreled rifle, which is the same components over 90% of the motherfucker, but then I put a rifle buffer tube on it and a stock, and now I got to pay $200 to the government for a tax stamp.
Well,
and wait months before I can actually use the damn thing and keep the paperwork and can't transport it stay over state lines unless with all these other requirements.
Because it's a human.
Or I can
just have a pistol.
Take a pistol brace and pistol buffer tube, which a lot of them now look like stocks.
Yep.
And I can put that on there, and now it's a pistol, right? Well, of course you can't take. For the internet people out there, I understand that you can't take what was already a rifle and turn it into a pistol. I understand that, but I can make a pistol with a pistol brace on there, which at the end of the day is the same thing.
Bro, I agree with you.
And then suddenly that's fine. It doesn't make any sense. And to me, if you have a public intoxication and you have somebody that's under the legal limit of 21, you can charge them with DUI minor, which is still the same level of offense as a public intoxication. But suddenly they're of legal age to drink and they drive a car, and now it's a driving while intoxicated in Texas. Some states it's all DUI. And now I've got a DWI, which is one step above that ticket as a Class B misdemeanor in the state of Texas. And now all of a sudden I'm taking an officer off the street for hours, the paperwork, the money for testing the blood kit, the time at the hospital, let's say they, assuming they don't do a breath test, but you're still having to tie up another, if you don't have those capabilities, then you're having to do, or let's say you have to go the route of a search warrant, you got to write a whole search warrant for this person's blood.
I haven't written a search warrant in almost 2 years now.
Well, because you've been in school.
I know.
But you see what I'm saying, though? To me, it doesn't make sense.
But these are things I think about. I'm going back on patrol, okay?
Are you going to be out there like DWI hunting?
You know me. Those things just magically fall in my lap. They do. Hey, I'm gonna go drive down this alley where no one's ever been.
At one time, you were killing it on DWIs.
I was. Led the league. Led the league in DWIs.
Yep.
I was killing it. My first year.
Yep.
Now I'm just a loser.
Yep.
Now I kill it in different ways. I'm like, hey, kids, stop running. Stop it. Damn it.
Little bastards.
Shitting kids. No, I love my job.
You do, and you're good at it too.
I love those kids.
That's a job I don't have a temperament for.
What was funny was one of our other officers came into my office yesterday, and a counselor came in right after him, and she was talking to me, and we were discussing different things that the kids did or blah, blah, blah. And, like, he was just looking at me. He's like, there's no fucking way I could do this shit. Like, how are you even dealing with this shit? I was like, it's my job, dude. He was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. Some crazy bullshit. Bibbidi blue blah. I was like, well, that's my job, bud.
Bunch of hippie bullshit.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
But it is a super important job. But it does take a special person to do it.
It does.
It does. It takes a certain temperament and attitude. And guys, you know, your break glass in case of emergency guys are not probably cut out for that.
Well, that's what I am. I'm really a break glass in case of emergency guy.
But you're not though, because you.
But I am,
because you have to do all these other things. When the emergency
happens, they're breaking that glass, and they're
I understand that.
We have a cop.
Every cop technically has to be that, to an extent. But you have those guys that like, you know, you like.
No, that job is not made for Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yeah, exactly.
That job's not made for Riggs and Murtaugh at all.
Maybe Murtaugh.
Nah, he's too old for that shit. Yeah, I mean that it really is a special job. And it's just like any other thing you do in law enforcement. Some people aren't made for SWAT. Some people aren't made for narcotics. Some people. I'm just a chameleon. You can throw me anywhere.
Yep.
I'd do it. I'd probably be like undercover prostitute if that's what they needed me to do.
Yeah, but they'd have to put limits on you because you would be like, So do I go all the way with this? Or?
Yeah, so if he pays me, do I have to go all the way? Right. Not that I have a problem with it. I just want to know.
No
problem at all.
Not judging.
Not judging him or me.
Everybody lives different lifestyles.
Yeah,
I'm cool
but do
that.
I have to do it? I don't have a problem. Like I said, I don't have a problem laying down with this guy.
Yeah. If that's what I need to do.
If that's what I need to do to get him.
To make the case.
I'm for it.
For this misdemeanor offense. If that's what I have to do.
Totally for it. Do you want me to wear lipstick? I don't have a problem with it either. Just let me know what color.
Just let me know.
Matter of fact, I'll just show up.
Yeah.
I'll just show up.
Just however I show up, let's just roll with that.
Let's just roll with that.
We'll just play it by ear.
We're going to play it by ear.
You don't have to make any decisions now. We'll just play it by ear.
Officer Bigbo, that's a nice miniskirt. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I went out and bought this last night.
I haven't shaved my legs. Look.
I shave my legs anyway.
Wow.
I'm a real man.
So you shave your legs, but you don't shave your arms?
I do shave my arms. I actually haven't shaved anything in a while, but since
thank you for that information.
I'm about to shave everything this weekend.
Why would you? Why?
I'm going straight naked. It's hot outside.
Just gonna show up looking like a really sad larger grub worm.
Looking like a newborn baby out there. All greased up.
Oh, come on. Stop it. Oh.
I'm telling you, I'm super upset we can't wear shorts now. They took that away from me.
No, nobody likes shorts.
I do. And I was going to wear, like, straight Daisy Dukes.
Listen, back in the
I was going to get them high.
Back in the day?
Thigh high.
Wow.
I was going to go short. I was going to go above knee.
You're going to do, like, Lieutenant Dangle, Reno 911?
A little bit more. But I was going to go above knee short.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I was going to do it.
Should wear some, like, silkies or something. Like Ranger panties?
If I could, I would.
Sit down, your junk falls out the other side?
That's all me.
Wow.
Oh, 9.5 inches.
He wishes. Anyway.
I was really going to go above knee shorts, though.
Why?
Just because.
So,
I'm weird like that.
Back in the day when I was on bicycle unit,
mm-hmm.
Like when I first got on the bicycle unit, I thought shorts were stupid. So like I always wore BDU pants.
That's dumb.
And then I broke down and ended up wearing a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
And it was like the greatest thing ever.
Well, see, I was super jealous because we had an officer in our department and he was wearing shorts. And I was just like, I want to wear shorts. But I couldn't because I had to wear long sleeves.
Yeah, but those were like Boy Scout shorts. They were like, those were almost capris.
His were almost capris. I'm telling you, I was going to go above knee 5'11" tactical.
Wow.
Even if I had to get them extra hemmed.
Wow.
I was going to go above the knee.
Yeah.
But right at it, though. Right above the knee. Like, so there's 1978 NBA above the knee.
Well, then you can't shave anything. You got to let that sucker grow.
Nope.
You got to be like freaking buckwheat in a headlock.
Nope.
Popping out the sides of the shorts.
Shave them. And I was going to get like a nice leg tattoo.
Wow. Of a naked lady?
No, that's inappropriate.
Pin up?
It's going to be like the state of Arizona. It's the best state ever.
That's debatable.
Well, change my mind.
Okay.
Change it.
Why you live in Texas then?
My children are here.
Children that doesn't change the fact that they're your children if you move to Arizona.
I wouldn't be able to see them.
Well, it's not that far away.
It's
pretty fucking far away.
Pretty far
Texas
away.
is huge.
It's 24 hours.
It takes forever to get to.
Yeah.
It takes forever to get from here to El Paso.
Yeah, it's like
2 other states away.
To El Paso. Most people take 16 hours and they're on from one coast to the next.
Right.
You're still in fucking Texas in 16 hours. It's the stupidest state ever.
It is not. It's the greatest state.
The other day I was at a graduation. They're like, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas State Pledge. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Y'all are so fucking arrogant. That's the dumbest shit ever.
It's not the dumbest shit
We're going to have
ever.
our own fucking pledge.
Hell yeah,
we are.
I'm
going to pledge allegiance to the state of Texas. I just stand there and look at you yokels.
Listen.
I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas.
Can the state of Arizona fly its flag at the same height as the American flag?
We do whatever the fuck we want to do.
No, you don't.
We have the Honorable John McCain there.
The one thing that y'all do that I do like is you have the whole constitutional carry. So that's cool.
We've been doing it for years. You guys just got that.
Yeah, it's so weird Texas being such a having such a reputation as a gun state, right?
Well, the first cowboys came from Arizona.
It has some weird like gun laws. Or is a little more restrictive than you would think.
Well, I had a friend from New York. He's still my friend. I don't know. I guess we haven't talked in like forever. But anywho, he knew a dude.
Do you need to work this out right now?
No.
Send a message over the airs to him.
He's not listening. And he's an acquired taste, and it's just, our relationship is frayed.
So you're saying he's a dick?
He's not he is, but he isn't. It's really, he's really hard to explain.
Right.
Really hard to explain. He's from New York.
Well.
I mean, that right there in a nutshell.
Mm.
Those people are all weird. But anywho, he's super into politics. And he had a friend out here in Texas, and he was telling him how they'll never turn Texas to a blue state, but their goal is to make it purple.
Well, which, I mean, it used to kind of be a blue state.
Yeah, well.
Back when Democrats were more different.
Listen, I could go somewhere with that, but it's not a political show.
Microphone's yours. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. What was his name? LBJ?
Yeah.
Last Democrat out of Texas.
Yeah, you're right. He was.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know why he passed civil rights?
Why?
Because he said that way black people would vote Democrat the rest of their life.
Wow. Well, we could get into that conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy. That's legit.
No, it's a proven conspiracy. But we
proven. Proven. It's legit. And I mean, listen.
It's more legit than anything Dick Gregory put out. I can tell you that.
Oh, Dick Gregory's the truth, sir.
Dick Gregory is not the truth. We're not. You know, we're not doing this.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry I opened that door, and I'm sorry I put a foot through it. We're not.
Close it. Close it right now.
Closed.
But
Done.
no, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't think Texas would ever be a blue state again. It'd be too hard. Because after that, they were just like super pissed.
You know what?
A
couple years ago, I'd agreed with you on that, but
Austin will never take over the whole state.
I'm not going to say never.
Austin will never take over the whole state.
I totally agree. I could see it becoming more of a purple state because you have
definitely purple.
You have so many of these transplants coming in from California and these other liberal states
New York.
And they're filling up the Houston, Austin, Dallas areas. You know.
Yep.
So I could, and you got to remember the bottom.
But it's definitely going to become a swing state. I can say that. I will say
probably
that.
At some point, yeah, I can see that.
I think it could be a swing state for sure, like Ohio.
Sure. And there's enough electoral votes here that it could.
Oh yeah.
It could definitely be a big factor
for sure.
Everybody just already expects it to go red, right?
Yeah.
Because a majority of the counties.
It has for the last like 20 years.
Well, I mean, aside from your major urban areas,
the
rest of the state's red.
Yep.
Right, and there's enough people here that can.
I think people should not vote party, and they should vote person.
It's a party system.
Party.
But you look at a lot of the city governments you don't have those tags on there, those Democrat or Republican tags.
No. When I run, I'm going to run.
It's voting based on platforms rather than party.
I'm going to run unopposed as an independent for HOA.
For HOA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Unopposed. Independent for my HOA.
Yeah.
They're going to give me some bread.
You make sure you put that I on the
boom
parentheses after
boom. Anywho.
Yeah. Awesome.
So what's up? So tell them to tell us.
So what's up?
What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing.
Hey,
so I think the next episode we got a guest coming on.
Tell them about the next guest. Tell them about the next episode.
The next episode 20. And I'm going to look at his name because I don't want to spell it. I don't want to say it wrong. Hold on a second. Okay. I don't want to mess it up. I believe it's pronounced.
Wow.
Hold on.
I
think it's Rico. Obviously, his last name's easy, but I think Rico Danielson. I'm going to mess his name up, maybe. But
well, I mean, we'll ask him before.
So he's a really cool dude. He actually reached out to us to come out on the podcast.
Cool.
Trying to get a schedule. Anyway, he runs a company. He's a veteran, and he runs a company that helps other veteran small businesses.
Yeah.
And helps them become successful. So cool. we're gonna get him on and talk about what he does and everything for the veteran community. Should be pretty cool. And
awesome.
Hearing his message. So that should be pretty neat. We're trying to bang out of time right now, but. Do we have anything coming up?
No. We may have a sponsor in the works.
Oh, that's cool.
Like legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
That'll be cool.
It'll be dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Bang Energy, we're still waiting. Bang.
Yeah, Bang totally wants us.
They do. They just they're like scared of commitment.
Yeah, no, they totally are. And I don't understand why.
I don't know.
I'm a great guy.
Maybe if we were bikini models, they'd be like all over it.
I'd be all over it if we were bikini models. Possibly. So, damn it. So where they can find us? Where can you find us?
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, that's it.
You don't want to talk anymore?
No, I'm good. I'm reposting us on my page now.
You see that, people? I could go on for hours, but this dude, he's just not dedicated.
Well, you know what? Listen, I'm going to be real with everybody here. I was really upset the last episode didn't come out, and I knew we weren't going to be able to recreate that magic. And I was a little upset because in that episode, there was a lot of passion. I had a lot of passion. There's a lot of it. It was overflowing. It was coming out of me left and right.
I don't know if that's true, but...
No, it was coming out of me.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
All right.
Tons of passion coming out. All over the place. Magic. And I just knew we weren't going to be able to do that because I couldn't remember everything we talked about.
We covered the gist.
We covered what we wanted to cover.
Oh, hey, you know what I am excited about?
What's up?
So
I was covered in gist.
Wow.
Go ahead. What's up?
Wow. So there's a brand out there called Victos, right? And they're one of Bill Blauer's sponsors, and they sponsor. I think they sponsor some other people. Bill Blauer's the man. And anyway, I need a new pair of patrol boots, right? So they give an awesome 20% discount code to military and first responders for their stuff. So I ordered a pair of boots, which should be here tomorrow. I can't wait to get those on.
I hope they're the most uncomfortable pair of boots you have.
Wow.
And I hope that you don't like them and you give them to me, and then I'm like, these are fucking amazing.
We don't have the same size foot.
What size you wear?
12.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
You wear a ½ inch bigger than me?
Yeah, I'm a ½ inch bigger in a lot of areas, buddy.
We're not going to go there. I've showered with you before. It's not that big.
We're like comparing pencil eraser to pin cap, so it's not really, you know.
No. Yeah, not
it's
all.
not like...
I'm definitely pin cap. So...
either way, we still fall under the micro penis category. So
no, not me. That's, like I said, was shower. Anywho, this is weird. Please edit this out.
Yeah, why did you bring this up?
You're a weird person.
I'm not editing this out.
You told me you were going to cover me in just.
You mean gist?
Whatever. Just the gist. So you can follow us on Facebook at streetwarriorradio.com, Instagram at streetwarriorradio.com.
If you type in streetwarriorradio.com on Facebook and Instagram, Street Warrior Radio will probably come up. But the .coms aren't on there. You run one of those pages, you should know that.
Yes. But if you go to streetwarriorradio.com, you can find all of our social media.
Right. There's links to everything on
everything. Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Amazon. Click through Jeff Bezos. This is just horrible. This episode is just out of it. It's just so horrible. People are like, Bigbo's not into this anymore. I totally am, and I'm really upset that last episode didn't come out.
Get over it. It's done.
We're gonna put it out.
Man.
We're gonna put it out. It's gonna be like a behind the scenes sneak peek episode. You probably deleted it, didn't you?
No, I still haven't.
Good, because we're gonna put that out one day.
Why would we put that out? You can't hear you. You sound like you're like at the end of a hallway.
I don't care what I sound like.
You can't even hear you. Like I isolated your portions of the audio, and when I enhanced them, when I amplified them, all you heard is all the background noise, and then you still talking at a quiet tone.
Because I was covered in gist.
It would have blown everybody's eardrums out.
Well, that's what I do. I blow eardrums.
Wow.
Out. So,
anyway.
You can find us on those social media sites. Pinterest, Twitter.
We're not on Pinterest.
I started one. Go ahead.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Don't worry
about it. I'll send you a link. How can they find us on Twitter?
You can just type in the search bar Street Warrior Radio. If you want to type in the handle, it's at STRT, the word warrior, RDIO. You can also find us on streetwarriorradio.com.
Google, iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker. Tune in. Spotify. We're on there. We're all over the place, people.
Everywhere.
Listen to us. Like, subscribe. Make sure you share. Like I said.
We're a featured podcast on player.fm.
You welcome. That was me.
Yeah,
I got us there.
You didn't even fucking tell me about it. I had to fucking find it in email.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck is this? What's player.f? Like, what is this?
I tell you, dude, I do all kinds of things. You really think I just play around all day? I'm doing things for this podcast.
You gotta let me know.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I forget because my mind is... I get these emails and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Oh, yeah, that's right. I emailed these people.
Oh, I forgot.
My bad.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
So,
there's that.
yeah, please go to all those places that were just mentioned.
We're on some Reddit stuff, too.
I did see you start. See, you start all this shit. I don't even fucking know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get us out there.
So, yeah, please subscribe, rate, review on whatever platform you listen to, because that helps the podcast. The more reviews we get or ratings we get, it pushes us up in the rankings and exposes us to more people.
Yep.
Which, of course, builds the audience for the podcast.
Yep.
Which, of course, in turn, helps us keep content flowing to you for those that like it.
Yep.
And for those that don't like it, I don't care.
But tell us why you don't like it. We're humans. We want to hear feedback.
Yeah, we want our feelings hurt.
Yeah, tell us why you don't like it. Be like, hey,
Go ahead. You want to be a mean person?
Piece
Go
of
ahead.
shit. Tell me. I
Tell
don't
us.
care. I don't care.
If you want to tell Bigbo directly that he's a piece of shit, you can contact him on the DMs on Instagram,
Hit me
or
in the DMs.
you can email
Bigbo.
him at bigbo@streetwarriorradio.com. Tell people how to spell that.
BIGBO.
Awesome. If you want to reach me directly, it's JC, the letters J and C, at streetwarriorradio.com. You can also contact us on the website at streetwarriorradio.com/contact. Fill out the contact form. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, hate mail, war stories, whatever. Send those to us there or on that main email at info@streetwarriorradio.com.
And one of us get back with you
At some point.
some point in time.
You can also send us a message on Facebook if you follow us there in those
Share us on
Facebook Messenger.
Share us. Tag your friends in our comments on Instagram. Do something, people.
Do something.
Help us help you help us.
Right? Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, if you love us, you're just all about that Street Warrior Radio podcast. You know some people at some companies? Hook us up.
Hook us up, baby.
Hook us up.
Do a little something for us.
We'll do a little dance.
Do a little jig.
They'll like it.
They'll love it.
Anyway.
Anywho. All right. Big Bo's out. Salute.
And with that, I want to thank all the men and women of our armed forces. Thank you for what you do every day. Thank you for the sacrifices that you make for our first responders out there, our police, fire, EMS, at every level of the government, both paid and volunteer. Thank you for what you do. Remember your oath and always do the right thing. To the families of our military and first responders, thank you for the sacrifices that you make. We really appreciate it. And to all the other people out there, you make the service worth it. You make the sacrifice worth it. You make it worth fighting for. And with that, Street Warrior Radio is out of service.